Good morning. We're going to go ahead and get this GCV Educates webinar started. My name is Kathy Lambert, and I'm the Director of Membership for the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to this session of GCV Educates. This is an educational webinar series for business owners, managers, and professionals. Each one of these programs lasts about an hour, and these events are sometimes hosted in person and sometimes virtually. This morning, as you can see, we're having this one virtually. The presentation is being recorded and will be shared along with the presentation that Maritza is giving with everybody that is a registered attendee. Today, we're going to talk about personal branding and how it is important for the success of your business. Our guest speaker today is Maritza Gomez, and she is a business counselor for the Inland Empire Women's Business Center. In this webinar, we're going to dive into branding for businesses. Some people may ask, have you ever wondered how Elon Musk's name is so close to being as well known as Coca-Cola? I wonder how it got there. Effective personal branding can allow you to showcase what you stand for, which establishes trust with your audience and employees. Discover what you, the business owner, should do to stand out and ensure that the image you portray is actually the image received. Personal branding helps open authentic connections with your target market and helps open opportunities for growth, trust with the community, and it helps to generate new customers. As we get started, let me just share some quick housekeeping notes with everyone that's in our audience. Today's event is being hosted as a webinar. The only persons that you're going to see on the screen are going to be our presenters, and the audience can engage with our presenters using the Q&A tool. So please submit your questions using that tool, and we'll have some time at the end as well for some questions. So with that, I just want to say we'll get started and welcome Maritza.
Thank you so much, Kathy. I'm excited to be here and or at least to be back. But let me go ahead and get my PowerPoint. As Kathy mentioned, my name is Maritza Gomez. I am a counselor with the Inland Empire Women's Business Center. We do have two offices or two centers. We have one in Colton in San Bernardino, and then we have another one in Coachella Valley, which that one would be the closest to you. And I'll tell you, I switched my slides. Are you able to see that I switched it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And just a little bit about me. I am a proud graduate of Cal State San Bernardino, class of 2016. I got my bachelor's in entrepreneurship. I am also the current NAWBO chapter president. And NAWBO stands for National Association of Women Business Owners, and that's the Inland Empire chapter. I'm a counselor with the IWBC. I'm a graduate of one of our programs, class of 2014, and I'm also a business owner. I started my business back in 2014, around the same time that I came across the center, the resources that the center offers. We are a center of the Inland Empire Center of Entrepreneurship, which is located inside Cal State San Bernardino in the College of Business, the Jack H. Brown Business. And this map gives you an idea of the different programs that fall under it. The top ones are our community programs, and then the ones below it are the ones for the students. We do have an entrepreneurship college now on campus, and we also have an entrepreneurship department at our Palm Desert campus. Our mission at the center is to counsel, teach, encourage, and inspire women business owners at every stage of development and expansion. Just because we are a women's business center doesn't mean that we only assist women. We are open to anybody. We are open to help and assist anybody that comes through our doors, regardless of who they are. We have our website, which is www.iewbc.org. There's also our office number. This is for our office in the Inland Empire, but for Coachella Valley, just change the IE to CB, like Coachella Valley. Some of the things that we offer, so we offer free counseling, and then we also have training. The counseling includes, but it's not limited to, starting a business, growing your business, finding funding resources, general assistance, which includes business and strategic planning, some of the HR basics, marketing, accounting and finance. And again, these are just some of the points. If you're a business owner, if you have a business idea, we're here to assist you. Make sure to take advantage of the free resources that the center offers for you. Some of the programs that we have, and we actually have one coming up. This is the second year that we're doing it. It's a Hoffman Fast Track, and it starts in June. So applications are open. There is a small investment, but it's definitely worth it, because you're meeting, I want to say you're meeting every single day for 8 weeks. If you want more information, at the end, also put the link on the chat. We have our program that is called It's Your Time. This one is for those individuals that have a business idea and they want to know if their business is feasible. Or even if you started your business and you're like, I'm not sure what I'm doing, I need help. This program is to help you write your business plan. But if you're at that stage where you're like, okay, I have my business plan, I've already been in business for a while, I just need help taking my business to the next level. And that is our Ignite program, which is 90 days to mastery. It is 90 days. And both of these programs are available even though you're in Coachella Valley. The Hoffman, I want to say it's virtual. The It's Your Time is virtual. We have 2 different programs for the It's Your Time. We have one in Coachella Valley and one in the IE. Okay, so now the reason why we are here, and that is personal branding. All of us are a walking brand, whether we think it or not, because it's our business are an extension of us. So I'll give you a quick definition of what branding is. It's the conscious and intentional effort to create and influence public perception of an individual by positioning them as an authority in their industry. You as a business owner, regardless of the size of your business, you are an authority for your business. If you're out there, if you're driving your car and it has your logo on it, you're the way that you drive, you're representing your company. And personal branding is important not only for professionals, but for entrepreneurs, because like I said, your brand is an extension of you. Before I go on to the next slide, just to kind of give you an example, when the pandemic started, I'm pretty sure a lot of us saw on the news that there were specific business owners that were being targeted because they were expressing their personal beliefs, but that backlash to their business. So that's just as a reminder, you are an extension of your business, and regardless if your personal opinions are something and then your company represents something else, it always comes back to you as the individual. So here are just some quotes to remind you to be responsible, be consistent, be yourself, be authentic, be patient, be helpful, be visible, be memorable, whether it's good or bad, people are going to remember you, be exciting, and be everywhere. Okay, so here are 7 steps to branding yourself. These are 7 steps that I have used throughout my journey as a business owner. Share your story, be known as the expert in your field, network, grow your online presence, share your accomplishments, invest in yourself, and reinvent your brand constantly. And the first one. And if anybody has any questions, like Kathy mentioned, make sure to put them in the Q&A, and we'll make sure to either address them as we're going, or we'll address them at the end. So the first one again is share your story. You want to be genuine and authentic. Now with social media, sometimes we want to be like somebody else because they're getting all of the attention, they're getting all of the followers. But you can get inspired by their profile or their social media platform, just don't copy somebody else. You are unique and there's nobody else like you. If let's say that both of us are doing the same type of business, we have the same type of customers, what the reason why our customers are going to be coming back to us is because of us. Regardless if we're charging $1 for something and then somebody else is charging them $2 or vice versa, they're always going to go back to the person that's making them feel more comfortable. Allow others, this allows you to connect with others. It will be easier for people to buy from you because they see you as someone they know and trust. A lot of us have heard that saying that people love to do business with people they know, love, and trust. And that is true. Unless you're shopping online and you're not going to go back to that person or to that business, then you don't have to trust them because you just want that one item, and then you're not going to have that interaction with that business anymore. But us as small businesses, we do want to have those interactions. We do want people to come back to us. Okay, and then our second one, be known as the expert in your field. Make sure that you're researching industry trends, threats, and growth, and also share them with share them on your platforms, on your social media or on your LinkedIn. If you create newsletters, share that with your audience. If you have to, or even on a blog. I mean, it's easier for people to come back and say, well, or I'll give you a quick example. I do custom printing. So people come to me, they send me an image and I ask them, well, how do you want it? Well, you're the expert. I trust you. You're the expert. So I may not be in business for so long, or I may not see myself as an expert, but my customers are seeing me as an expert. And then, of course, we have to make sure that we're living up to their expectations. Share your expertise. My expertise would be printing on mugs. Maybe your expertise is giving the best insurance quotes, or the best, if you're an insurance broker, you're always finding the best deal for your clients. Another thing is to interact on industry-related forums, groups, and platforms. This allows you to be an expert among your peers. And of course, you start growing your network as well. And then when it gets time to expanding your business, if you have a client if you have a client that is looking for something that you don't offer, you can reach back to your network, to your industry network, and refer them. That actually looks great, because the client is going to know that just because you don't offer the service, you're still going to be able to help them. And that can be beneficial for you because they're going to remember that. Be the expert, but don't be the know-it-all. Nobody loves to know-it-all. I could just imagine a teacher, pointing at us and like, no, nobody likes to know-it-all, but there's still a way for us to express how we're finding the information, even though we may be right. But again, just be the expert, but don't be the know-it-all. Okay, and number 3, and these are in no specific order, but I think networking should be like on your top list. The pandemic prevented us from meeting people in person, but it also expanded our virtual ability to connect. I am in the comfort of Riverside, and you are in the comfort of your own home, your office, but we are able to connect. So we're able to connect on a local level. There's workshops that allow you to connect on a state level, on a national level, and even international. So if you always wanted to travel for your industry, but knew that you couldn't because it wasn't in your budget, see if they have a virtual option where you can still attend and be there virtually, and you'll be able to connect with people virtually. Who knows if you would have ever met them in person, but at least you have connections on a broader scale. Have a virtual business card ready. And virtual, it's not a picture of your business card. And I'll paste it, and I'll show you in a little bit. Here, let me do that so I can share it with you. Okay, so this is what I did. Let me know. Hopefully, I was able to switch to another document, but I put my name. I put the name of my business. I put my email address. Besides the name of the business, I am putting the link, the clickable link, for people to click, and then it'll once they click it, it'll open in another window. And I'm also including my social media handles, the ones where I want people to follow me, and that would be my Instagram and my LinkedIn. So normally what I do, I just copy, and let me go back to our presentation, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. Okay, and then if somebody wants to click on the blue links, it's gonna open up another window. So now it's there. This makes it easier because sometimes our names are very long. Like in my case, they may not remember them. And this, if they start looking for you on LinkedIn, if they look for a Maritza Gomez, other Maritza Gomez's are going to come up first, and they're going to think that they're connecting with the right person, when in reality it could be somebody else. So put your first name and last name, your business name, what do you do, your contact information. That's the only one thing that I missed on my virtual business card. Have a virtual background if possible, or a professional picture on your account. I have a virtual background, which today I'm representing the Women's Business Center. If I was representing Novel, then I would have a Novel background. When you log into your Zoom account, you're able to upload a picture. Today, I'm going to be honest, I had some technical difficulties, and my picture is not showing even though I'm logged in. But let me show you. I'm going to stop video, and then all you could possibly see is my name. But normally, if my Zoom was working properly, I would turn off my video, and then you would see a picture of me. This way, if you are in a space where you can't turn on your video, at least people can see a picture of yourself, a professional picture. They can see your name. So if they're connecting with you on a virtual space, or maybe somewhere you get to meet them in person, you're like, I've seen you before. Another thing is to change your name. Make sure that when you're logging into a Zoom, that you change the name, because sometimes there may be somebody else in your family or in your office that is using the same computer, and then their name is there. You can add your name, and then either your website or the name of your business. Okay, let's go to the next one. And number 4 is grow your online presence. There are a lot of platforms out there where you can go in and interact. You want to find the platform where your target audience is, or where you feel that you're going to find your potential customers. The top one is going to be LinkedIn. Many of you, if you already have a LinkedIn account, you know that LinkedIn is more professional. You want to make sure that there's a professional picture of you. You can share industry trends and industry ideas. Facebook can be a little bit more impersonal, but it's up to you what you want to post. If you want to post a little bit more about you, maybe you went for a hike, you're sharing a picture of that, you can do that. but also keep in mind that, Facebook is more of a friends, people can tag you. So you have to keep in mind that if people are tagging you in their posts that are not representing who you are, that could also be, it could be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. Another thing is Twitter. You want to share industry ideas and industry trends. Instagram is a little bit more visual. So this is where you can put in quotes. You could do like little reels, little videos. Give me 1 sec. There's also Clubhouse. I'm not sure. Yeah. Sorry, thank you. I'm not sure if any of you have ever used Clubhouse, but if not, Clubhouse it's a great platform to connect with the outside world. You're not writing, you're actually talking to people on real time. When I used Clubhouse, I remember one time that it was pretty early. I was listening, I was getting ready for work, and I was talking and listening to people from, I want to say it was probably Spain. You actually get to hear their voice, talk to them, and it feels like you're just talking to them on the phone. Now Clubhouse got a little bit more advanced where you can have rooms. Before it was an invitation only, but if you haven't used Clubhouse, I would strongly recommend you use it, because you're expanding your network, you're growing your online presence. With Clubhouse, it's not really an online presence. I think that should be more on the networking, but you're also meeting people in other parts of the world. Okay, and then our next one, and I think a lot of business owners have a difficult time with this one, is share your accomplishments. People need to know your successes as well as your failures. Create a blog. This is part of you creating that blog to grow your online presence. If you join a chamber, make sure to let people know that you join a chamber. Document that. Take a picture with your certificate or your plaque, or put it on your LinkedIn account. If you got recognized, same by your chamber, by your city, whatever it is, make sure that you're letting other people know about these successes. As well as your failures. You don't have to, maybe create a blog or create just a simple post. Just as an example, something I did on my social media yesterday, I did it quick. This is in the life of MG. I shared what I did, not step by step, but I shared, my highs and my lows. And some people could relate. Other people, they're just like, oh, you handled it great. But this is also letting people know, like, you're human. You're not you're not a superhero, even though we know we are. But we also, as superheroes, have there's always something that like kryptonite. Let's just say that I think it was a Batman or Superman. Superman has, kryptonite is his weakness. So just like that, we need to let people know that we're human. We are just like them. You can do a post, you can create a blog, but this also lets others celebrate with you. And a quick story: when I started my business, I started as doing pop-ups. 2 years ago, or last year, I actually moved into a warehouse. I was a little bit hesitant to share or to even have what I call a business shower, not a baby shower, but a business shower, to allow people to send me gifts. I didn't want to do it, but I went ahead and did it. I created an Amazon wish list and just simple things that I could use to run the warehouse that I knew that I would that wouldn't cost too much, but that people would feel that they were contributing to the space. And people actually bought everything that I had on that list. And one of those things was that doorbell that you just heard. So, I mean, you want to let others celebrate with you. Say yes and follow through invitations. Even if you don't know, if you've never done a presentation, if you've never been on a panel, just say yes and ask questions later, because you're going to realize that you are ready for whatever invitation is being presented to you. If the chamber is asking you, do you want to be, we're having let's say these workshops, they're asking you, would you share on your industry, or can you share, create a workshop for us to share? If you've never done one, just say yes. You're going to have plenty of time to put one together. Once you start talking about what you're passionate about, you're not even going to think twice. You're going to, that hour that you thought was too long for you to speak, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I spoke for a whole hour. But this is because you are passionate about what you're doing, that it doesn't even seem like work. So whether it's an interview, somebody wants to highlight you on the local paper, on a magazine, just say yes. A podcast, say yes. Social media highlight, say yes. Just say yes. You'll be surprised of how ready you are. And number 6 is invest in yourself. We're always investing in our businesses, whether we need to buy equipment, we need to hire new employees, we need to do marketing, but what are you doing to invest in you as a business owner? It's not always the money, but the time. You listening to this webinar, or whether it's in person or the recording, you are investing your time. So invest your time in growing, in learning more about your industry, learning more about being a business owner. Invest in learning about the different laws that are going to affect business owners or our employees. Get a professional headshot. I'm pretty sure there's a photographer somewhere within your network. Ask them if they could do a professional headshot for you. Get a professional bio. If you're able to write one, great. Remember, it needs to be in third person. If not, there's companies out there that will ask you questions and they'll draft one. You'll be surprised. You'll give them some minor points, then they go on your social media and they look like, okay, this person is amazing. Let me transfer that on a bio. Invest in your professional growth, and that's part of you going to conferences, you going to even galas, even award galas. I mean, those you're investing in yourself because you're networking. Make sure that you're always learning something new. If you took one of the workshops that the chamber offers, then they're offering another one or that's similar, and you're like, well, I already know this, I don't need to, maybe I'll join the next one. Don't just go ahead and join just go ahead and attend if it's in your schedule. One, you may learn something new, that's the goal. And two, you're getting people are getting to know you. You're putting yourself out there. The more they see you, the more they're likely to talk to you, and it's that networking. Invest in books or audiobooks. I know we are all busy business owners that we may not have time to read books, but thankfully there's audiobooks now. There's plenty of audiobooks, whether it's through Audible or your local library may have a subscription for audiobooks. Invest in memberships, and memberships like chamber memberships, memberships in your industry. But also when you're investing in these memberships, make sure that you're getting the most out of your memberships. If you're a chamber member, ask, how can I be involved? When you're involved in these organizations that you're paying a membership for, it's more likely for you to grow as a professional when you know that you're doing something. You're volunteering, but at the same time you're paying for a membership. But if you help grow that organization, one is it's satisfying, know that you're giving back to your community, but two is it's forcing you to step outside your comfort zone. If the chamber is hosting an event and then people have to come to you, or you have to talk to people, and you're an introvert, then this is forcing you to go talk to people. And then again, people are going to start recognizing you. I used to do this a lot. I am, most of the time, I'm an introvert. I go to events and I'm pretty quiet, but if I'm behind the table or if I'm working the event, I'm a totally different person. Also invest in industry conferences. All of the industries have different conferences that you can attend in person, virtual. I'm actually attending one in a couple weeks, and then 2 weeks after that in another conference. Yes, we're busy business owners. We don't have time to be traveling or to be going to these conferences because we're the only ones in our business working the business. So that means you're out there spending money, but don't see it that way. Don't see it as a waste of money. See it as an investment. And then there we go. So you're doing all these other steps. Every year you're going to notice that you are not the same person that you were the year before. So as you continue to grow professionally, you're reinventing yourself. So will your image, so will your beliefs. When that happens, make sure to update your professional bio. If let's say that within that 1 year span, you're now a board member for an organization, or you won an award, you got to recognize, you want to update that. You want to update your headshot. The headshot should be updated at least once a year, but if you're too busy, maybe every 2 years. I haven't updated mine probably since before the pandemic, and that was before all the gray. So I definitely need to go back and update it, and update your LinkedIn. I'll be able to share my LinkedIn. Well, you can actually go on the link and then look at my LinkedIn. Okay, and then some tips. I just put share. It's very important for us to share what we're doing. Again, sharing our accomplishments. We have to learn to sell ourselves, or image. I've noticed that in business, or pretty much in anything in the professional atmosphere, it's not what you know, but who you know. So the more you're out there, the more people are going to get to know you first, and then more likely they're going to refer your business to somebody else. Have your bio and headshot ready. Network with people that are smarter than you. If you're smart, there's somebody out there that's a lot smarter. Make sure that you have them in your network. something that I said earlier is join organizations and get involved as board members or join a committee. And make sure that you're paving the way for others. This is a way for you to be seen as a leader in your community. As business owners, we're already leaders in our community, but when we're giving back, when we're paving the way for the next generation, it's allowing us to leave our communities probably a little bit better than they were when we first started. Let's see. And then here is my information. If you have any questions, I mean, I'm open to questions now, but if you think of questions later, my email address is maritza@iewbc.org. You can find us on our Facebook and Instagram under IEWBC. Here is our address. Now I'm going to go ahead and do stop share. And does anybody have any questions or comments?
Thank you, Maritza, for all your great information. So we're open up for questions right now. If anybody has any, please let us know.
Or let's see, we'll put you on the spot if you don't.
You can also submit them, I guess, if you want to in the chat, if you don't want to ask the question live.
Yeah. Are they able to unmute themselves? Probably not. Right?
No, not at this time. Yeah, so it would be through the chat.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to tell us what type of business you do, you have. I mean, this is also a great opportunity to network, where you're letting people know who you are and what you do. Always make sure that even if you're just listening in, that you have your virtual card ready, because it's just a simple copy and paste, and then people can come back to you and hopefully contact you for a referral, or maybe they're looking for the type of work that you do. And people won't know that you're in the room unless you mention that you're in the room.
It's like our audience is pretty quiet this morning, so maybe the shy ones that like to stay in the background as well. So we want to remind everybody that this has been recorded. So if you would like to get that recording, and also we can send out Maritza's presentation. I'm sorry about that. Following this webinar, we can send that to you as well. It's been an enlightening time of learning from us, Maritza. Thank you again very much. We want to make sure we tell everybody in the audience to keep your eye on your email box. We'll be sending out a copy of this presentation, along with the copies of the presenter slides and contact information. And I'm going to give one last chance for anybody that might have a question, want to pop up in chat. You got the silent types, I think, Maritza. So any last words that you'd like to give, Maritza?
No, I mean, I'm looking forward to connecting with anybody that wants to connect. My LinkedIn is on the chat. If you have social media handles or social media, follow my pages or send me a message and say, I met you through Coachella Valley Chamber. And it's just another way for us to support each other. We may not be in the same city or in the same county, but a follow or a like, I mean, that's still a way to support each other.
Exactly. Maritza really touched on the importance of networking. So consider Maritza added to your network. And remember too that the Chamber is here to help you in any way that we possibly can. So we want to encourage you to stay connected to the Chamber too. We really are what we call your business concierge. We're here to help you with anything business. If we don't know the answer, we'll do everything we can to try to help you find the answer or the resources or the support that you need as a business. So check out also our calendar of events at at GCVCC.org. There is a big mixer tonight at the Palm Springs Air Museum. If you buy your ticket or armband in advance, it's $10. Otherwise, at the door, it's $20, but I hear it's huge and it's really fun. It's at 5:30 tonight. Maritza, it'd be great if you could join us. That would be great. And just keep an eye out also for our newsletters that go out once a week. All right. Okay, and I think with that, we can go ahead and conclude. And Maritza, once again, thank you so much for providing this great information. Some stuff will follow too. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you. Got to clap.